Hey, what is up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here as we close out coming up into Battleground 2016. This honestly looks like a real good show. I'm kind of excited that I have tomorrow night open, that I'll be able to check this out. From looking at this, honestly, I think there's going to be a few matches that I can honestly say I don't really care about because I haven't really been watching SmackDown exclusively as of late or ever. But I think there's a few matches that are really going to turn out to be really good for the product. I think that when we look back at Battleground 2017, I think that honestly it's going to be a good show. I'm excited to be able to watch it. So I thought that I've already done a video earlier when it was first announced about the Punjabi Prison match against Orton, going up against WWE Champion Jinder Mahal, as well as earlier today I did a video on the flag match between John Cena and Rusev. I think that those are both going to be good shows. I think that honestly I made good videos on both of those. But I thought that honestly it's been a while since I've done a full prediction video for an entire card. Some people were fans of me doing the hour-long video. I haven't done those since WrestleMania, where you talk about all the matches on the card. I think the last one that I was really excited about making was Survivor Series. I don't know if I'll have time to ever make those style of videos again, but these fun, the little short, 10-minute videos where we talk about all the matches and give your predictions going into the show have always been fun. So I thought I would pump one of those out for you. I'm going to go sort of old school style with these for the fact that I'm going to do it the same way I used to do TNA videos, where basically when I would do a TNA prediction video, I would start at the main event and work my way down. Back in the day, I used to do my WWE prediction videos where I would start with the matches at the lower part of the card and work my way down, honestly because of the fact that I don't know if anybody cares about them. Since the brand split has happened, almost every pay-per-view has had at least one match, maybe two matches that people care about, and the other ones have just sort of filled their way out. I know we're a year removed away from the draft and splitting up everything, but I don't know if they've made a lot of stars. They've put a lot of guys on pay-per-views. They've had a lot of guys trade wins back and forth, 50-50 style. Jinder Mahal has become WWE champion, but what percentage of people watching Battleground tomorrow really think he is a credible champion, that think that he could beat Randy Orton, closing out, getting 3 wins in a row on pay-per-view against Randy Orton? I think a lot of people are waiting until the day Jinder drops the championship and then wait until the day that Jinder Mahal is wrestling on the pre-show, yet once again. It's been a fun ride, definitely when Jinder won the championship. I think it was a moment that a lot of people didn't really think was going to happen, even though people kept saying it was going to happen. Battleground marks the Punjabi Prison match. It would be kind of weird for Orton to lose 3 pay-per-views in a row, seeing how he's been a focal point of WWE for years. He's not really the John Cena, but the way they normally do booking is a guy wins and the guy loses, and a guy wins and a guy loses. Randy Orton being the babyface, losing 3 times in a row to Jinder Mahal doesn't really make a lot of sense, but then again, Jinder Mahal losing inside a match that he created his own stipulation for, the Punjabi Prison match, doesn't really make any sense either. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to pick Jinder Mahal, even though my gut really is screaming at me right now to pick Randy Orton, where Orton would beat Jinder and then sort of end this feud and go off in a different direction. I don't know what that means for Jinder Mahal, but, my mind right now is saying that Jinder's going to get the win. From there we go on to the flag match of John Cena versus Rusev. I basically called my John Cena video the John Cena Victory Party because there's no way in the world that I think Cena's going to be losing this match. Sorry, Rusev, but Cena's going to get the win here. He hasn't had a match since WrestleMania. It doesn't really make a lot of sense for him to lose here. So I'm going to pick him. We go to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, which is going to be the Usos going up against the New Day. I really want the Usos to get the win here. They've been really looking strong as a tag team as of late. And I think it would be fun to see them continue on as champions. SmackDown has a lot of tag team depth on their roster with the Usos, with New Day, the Ascension. You got Brazingo, however it goes. You've got Harper and Rowan. You've got the Hype Bros. There's a lot of teams out there. I guess they broke up American Alpha. Did I say the Ascension? So, there's lots of teams for people to go out there. I think people are still high on the fact that New Day held the championships on Monday Night Raw for such a long time. And it wouldn't really make sense. I mean, Charlotte hasn't even won the championships and switching over, ending her reign. So take the Usos to beat the New Day. And probably what is going to be one of the most weirdest matches on the card is going to be Nakamura going up against Baron Corbin. I think that honestly this is going to start the long losing streak of Baron Corbin. Of course, everybody knows the way it normally goes for the guy holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. Once you win that thing, it's almost like the kiss of death until you cash it in and win the championship. Nobody ever really gets a push for this thing, but you're always having that person in the back of their mind. I don't really see Baron Corbin cashing in during the Punjabi prison match because of the fact that even if they have a huge destructive match where Orton and Jinder beat the hell out of each other and Orton is laying there, in my head it just seems like it would have to be one hell of an entrance for Baron Corbin to be able to break into the Punjabi prison match, which is supposed to be able to keep everybody out in a timely manner to be able to beat Randy Orton after Orton beats Jinder. I know that they honestly could just rise up the Punjabi prison match and that's where Baron Corbin enters. But I'm guessing in my mind that Randy Orton standing on top of the Punjabi prison match, doing the Randy Orton pose, just like the picture that I never got from Access last year. I think that he'll be, holding the championship on top of that thing, and that's how the pay-per-view is going to end. Nakamura's got to get the win here. Got to get that guy heated up, get him in the championship picture. Another reason why I don't think that Jinder is going to win, because I don't really think that Jinder versus Nakamura is a match that anybody is clamoring to see anytime soon. Oh, wow! I didn't even think about this match happening, and I knew it was going to be there. You have the United States Champion, AJ Styles, defending against Kevin Owens. Of course, AJ Styles won the Battle Royal to become the #1 contender, and then out of the middle of nowhere, on a Madison Square Garden house show, you had AJ Styles beat Kevin Owens, keeping the United States title kind of fresh, keeping the house shows kind of fresh. I know a lot of people show up to house shows and think that they're just going to see some wrestling. Me, I like to take myself back in time and think that anything is going to happen. I like to really, even if the heel is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, I like to cheer for the baby faces and boo the heels. I like to go to Stockton with my friend Victor and go see the house shows there. I think they're honestly more fun than going to see Raw or SmackDown. Honestly, a pay-per-view is going to be better than a house show because the fact the matches really mean more. But to me, I always have more fun at house shows than I do at television tapings because there's less talking, more wrestling. Get some matches out there, let's have some fun and see what goes down. But, when you go to those, you don't ever think that, the championship's ever going to change hands. You like to get yourself into the matches. You like to, fall for the near falls. But I don't think anybody's ever thought that a championship's going to change place at Stockton, California, or anywhere like that. I'm going to take AJ to beat Kevin Owens here. I don't know what they're building towards, but to me, honestly, Kevin Owens is in the picture for something. For the reason that I think he dropped the championship and they wanted to get him fresh out of that title picture. Maybe he'll be the guy who goes up against Orton once Orton beats Jinder. Maybe he can become the #1 contender, which makes a lot of sense in my mind. From here we go to a 5-way elimination match to determine the #1 contender for Naomi's opponent at SummerSlam. This match is going to have Nia Jax. It's going to have Natalya, Charlotte, Layla, and Becky Lynch. Honestly, in my mind, I picked Charlotte to win the Money in the Bank, and then my number 2 was the Dastardly Heel in Carmella. Forgot her name there. That's pretty obvious that I forgot her name, but I forgot it. To me, honestly, Charlotte versus Naomi doesn't really make a lot of sense. But Charlotte wrestling anywhere else on the SummerSlam card doesn't really make sense either, seeing how she is the chosen one of the women's division, even if she doesn't have the championship in her picture. I think that it would be cool, even though we just had the Money in the Bank and we've had a few multi-person matches with the Divas. I'm never going to stop calling them Divas. The women's superstars of SmackDown. I would like to see this match to honestly sort of fall apart, where you have to have some sort of a multi-person match at SummerSlam. If I was going to pick one winner, I honestly would pick Charlotte, but Charlotte versus Naomi doesn't really make a lot of sense. From there we go to Sami Zayn against Mike Kanellis. Hopefully, Mike Kanellis will get the win. I know that he just had his debut match on SmackDown, but with him having his first match on pay-per-view, want to get him started and going in the right direction. I honestly think that him versus Sami Zayn is a fun match that could, you know, be really, really fun. From there we go to Breezango. They're going to be closing out the case at Battleground to see who attacked them last month on the pay-per-view. A lot of the sheets and charts and everything like that are pointing towards Harper and Rowan getting restarted. They're not really going to be the Wyatts, because the Wyatts are well, I guess because Bray Wyatt is on Monday Night Raw and they are on SmackDown. But anything can happen. It could be another tag team. Maybe people aren't going to really go there. It doesn't really say if these guys are going to have a match. If they do have a match, I pick Harper and Rowan to get the win. I pick anyone that has a match against these guys to get the win, and that's just what it's going to be. In the kickoff, we have Ty Dillinger going up against Aiden English. I'll honestly tell you that I was a fan of the Vaudevillains, but to me, Aiden English, surprised he's still wrestling on SmackDown as a singles. I thought they honestly would just let him go with the other guy. I know that the other guy caused all the trouble. It is what it is, but I don't really think that English fits. Ty Dillinger, to me, when he came into the Rumble, and then of course when he made his debut on the main roster, I thought they had bigger things for him. I know it's going to take a while for people to get used to him. The dude's a really good wrestler, and I'm not saying this guy deserves to be the United States champion or he deserves to be the WWE champion, but he deserves a better spot than wrestling on the kickoff show. But then again, at least he's on the kickoff show and not being lost in the shuffle, not being on the pay-per-view. So I'm glad he's there. I wish him more. I'm going to pick Ty Dillinger 10 to get the win and close out my Battleground predictions. So I wanted to go 10. We ended up going just shy of 14. So peace out. 3 videos in one day. It's like old school Stevie Breach. Kind of bored over here. Peace out, everybody.